So this is where the YouTube video would start. We've frozen the video behind you. Little help, please. You turn around and when you see what waiting for you, your jaw just dropped. Babe, my girl Huntress, still best girl. There's the man that we're going to try and woo. You kind of cucked to me last time. I'm kind of mad at you. And don't let me get started on you, sir. Don't even let me start on you, sir. Wraith moves ahead to the pool at a pace that would almost be considered jaunty. If a creature so lanky, they appeared to make an entire elbows and ankles count jaunting. What's going on with Wraith's face? Is he smiling? Is that what a smile looks like when he does it? What can I say? Being enveloped by the water is comforting. It's quiet, it's ominous, and Wraith looks back over each shoulder to make sure no one was beside you is within earshot. The fire can't get me. Super normal stuff here as usual. Oh great, it's Claudia and Dwight. What do those two want? Since everyone's at the pool, we figured we'd bring over some of our most popular pool accessories. Bearable, which one would you particularly be interested in? Noodle, inflatable lounger, basketball, goggles, and snorkel. I want to say inflatable lounger. Those loungers look pretty comfortable. Sleeping during the day is completely out in the open like this. You really make yourself a target. If someone were to, I don't know, try to throw an axe directly at you, well, you'd surely be an easy to see. Not that I'm saying I would do that to you. I prefer a challenge. Hunters may not be into it, but it looks like Spirit co-signed this choice since she immediately snaked the cool one. If the shape of a casket is really cute casket. I don't really do water, but as long as these I can float on top of it, it's fine I guess. So it grabs the black unicorn floaty and sits in the water next to her. And since you also enjoy the fine arts of relaxing here, she can share my umbrella. Well, come on, that's charming. You mean I could have wooed her by just giving her a goddamn floaty? I'm pissed. God damn it. Spirit puts you. No, fucking gently splash. Use bendy splash it directly inside. She looks enraged. Then she giggled. Didn't see that coming. Do it again and I'll cut your head off. You're for a waking nightmare. You could almost believe that you started to relax a bit and forget about how much you can't remember. It's as if the sun's very rays having a calm effect on you. Your body tranquility by the soft light from the overhead, couple with the cool breeze rolling in the sea, and you're not alone. I feel recharged by gently warmth of the ocean cares. If it was a little warm, that might have been my fault. Also, this pool is not the ocean. Okay, everyone, let's him finish. Thank you, Bearable. I know this is probably doesn't seem like me, but would anyone want to play games of Marco Polo? Yes, I love games. Let's go first. Someone blindfold me. Of course, Trapper has blindfolds ready to go. It's as if he had it in his hand before you even spoke. Uh, and did he just winked? And did you just bite your lip? Good thing you're getting rain in because it surely seems like you about to act up. I'm about to act up. Hey. Hey, damn Trapper, you're gonna make me act up. And from the I don't know. I know what this is. It is stupid. No, I'm ready. Ready? Get ready. Alright. Perfect. Nice. So much better with controller. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, that was pretty good, Bearable. No, it wasn't. Don't lie. Just ignore him. You've just been thrown into the very weird situation, and you held your own. I respect that. That was a good game. I say we celebrate by throwing the ways whose names I forget into the ball. Defend, Dwight. Knock it off, Trapper. You're no fun. Thanks, Bearable. I won't forget this. Well, I mean, I might. Every time I think to DB, I seems to forget every specific detail in my life beyond the basics of who I am as a person. But that was still cool. Stick up for me. I'm not. Wait a minute. Hear me out. You know how the Observer is missing? Are we the Observer in Dead by Daylight? Are we playing as the Observer? Just putting it out there. I'm not an expert, even though as an opportunist narrator I probably should be, but I think that means it's time for the next activity. Now that we're finally alone, Wraith looks at you eagerly. You were Rosedale, weren't you? Even when you ate, you look like a beautiful angel. You were just pretending to be awkward because it was lonely being so. All we have in this life are those fleeting connections, and with other living things, something to remind us we're not alone. ... Could you possibly be shy and never someone like me? I swear it. Rave nods. Someone who just realized that Bearable is a liar. He's disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you, and you know deep down you're disappointed in you also, more than usual. Oh boy, you looks like you're about to monologue. Now you done it. How do you say this? Just honesty is important to me. I've been burned too many times. Sometimes about the words burn makes Wraith look away, far away, eyes brimming with tears, and yet at the same time death. I understand. Wraith looks back at you with those eyes, wanting so badly to believe you. He looks down at the ground I have something very important to tell you. It's about something very special to me. If not something I'll tell anyone, but you know how important honesty is to me. I can't explain. I bet he's got crabs. It's about my special bell. What? Uh, oh, behold, it's belonged to my father. He gave it to me before he and my mother. Well, I had it for had it. Well, they had to go away. If was ever in danger, I was supposed to ring the bell. I did really work, but it's all I have of my family with me. Wow, Rave, thank you for telling me. Here, hold it. Whoa, Rave gave you his bell. Sound the alarms. What are you gonna do with this thing? Hold it delicately. You carelessly you carried the bell running from your fingers over to the rust and the dire blood. It, why are you touching this thing? Thank you for sharing this important part of yourself. You handed the bell back. Rave looks at you out wistfully at the ocean. This ocean is beautiful. It's not really. None of this is. Rave looks at you more intense than ever. I don't. I don't know if you ready to hear the truth. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flutter in the foot. Oh yeah. Alright, sweet. It's story time. It is story. If you go looking for something Shakespearean in the story, look elsewhere. This tale is of madness of starting at the soul of death and never returning. Once upon a time, a young man worked at a junkyard. A man was quiet, kept to himself, just wanting to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with silence, the young man operated the crusher, turning coal cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, drip. From the trunk. He opened and found a frigid strange bound and gagged. The young man reeled was about to accidentally murdered the stranger. How could he let it happen? He fended the stranger, who ran off into the waiting arms of the boss, the owner of the junkyard. Before he shaken the employee could tell him about what the mistake he had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to inquire, the boss approached him. "What did you do?" he asked the boss. I did your job for you." "What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is just to crush cars." The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face controlling an evil disdain for a pathetic wrench in front of him. "Why do you think we crush these cars? To save space? Who do you think my clients are?" "I don't know," mumbled the young man. "Yes, I do," screamed the boss. "Deep down, you've always known what happened here. You just didn't want to admit it to yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients give me money, and I take care of their problems, leaving the witnesses tied up in their loose ends. Or actually, you do." "No," the young man whimpered as the boss towered over him. "Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner, and you reap hundreds of souls. The young man's body shook in soft spasm as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that's it, that it happened. Something in the young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear took over the snarl of the old man's face. The young man's face was empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him from the car into the car crusher. The empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed the trunk down on him, its stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine and started at the boss, and it shivering cried wet his face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head and dug his fingers into farther, piercing the skin. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard the bones popped and snapping. But when the boss head, still attached to his spine, pulled clearly out from the disgusting sack of body, he smiled. Wraith stared back into his eye socket of his skull. It doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how kind, how full of love you once were. When you look into those eyes of evil, you surely go mad. An awkward silence falls upon the room until when you look at those evil eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. My God, that is brilliant. I'm glad you didn't give us Shakespearean, because that story made Shakespearean look like a slack jaw, mouth breathing idiot. Thank you. I'm just too overcome. As you sit down, the other killers look at each other, unsure if you're joking. Thanks. Wraith, on the other hand, is an absolute sure you're joking. You may have gone a little overboard. I don't know, man. I don't know. God, I made it. Fuck. Oh. Fuck. Fuck off. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression because I guess not really my thing. I guess that you're not really my thing. I just know that if you got to know me, then I mean, look, the others aren't around, and I really hate the fire pit. It's kind of a fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool, and like I don't know, whatever you know. Double pool with Wraith. Come a long way in a single date. Yeah. I think I don't know. What was I supposed to do? What? You and the storyteller friend slipped into the water. Just right temperature and you dip. Plus the jealous shark. Hey, hey, how do you do? You remember my story? You meant the one you just told? I met like a minute ago? Yeah. Yes. Did you, I mean, like, what did you think, of the young man in the story? Do you think he's weird? I'm gonna go forgive him. I would forgive him what happened to him. What happened to him will make anyone snap. And and who knows what happened in his past to led him to that point. He's just trying to be good. Yes, that's what he that's all he wanted, was to be good. Well, that makes sense. The young man reminds you of anyone? Yes. Yes. It's clearly it's you. It's clearly you. No, what? No, you carrying you carry along the guy's skull and spine with you right now. Wraith looks at his own skull, and then out into the middle distance, along unshored. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. It's cold in this water now, or is it just me? I feel like my toes are turning into ice cubes. Ray seizes and squeezes his eyes shut. Please, I can't be around any cube talk. Not since I'm hearing that story from someone else a long time ago. Like the story you just told 2 minutes ago. Exactly the one that wasn't about me. Alright. Cool. I'm not sure that was the 100% the right thing to say. Because I just made him depressed. I feel like I just made him depressed. Okay, this one means nothing. I'm sorry. One more. Is this the... Wait. Is this the main guy? I want to play around with the radio because I never do. Okay, one more. All right. Okay, that's is a Dead by Daylight Easter egg. Wraith, are you around? I'm wondering if I could get a little company. I really can't sleep. Oh, that happens to me a lot. Okay, don't laugh. I promise. I promise. I guess my secret to falling asleep is listening to some sound of bells and chimes. Think of it as a white noise to drown out anything you might be hearing that keeping you up. Like what Wraith like Wraith, like those distant screams we can hear coming from beyond the mountains. If that's a bit morbid, I guess you could hold into the chest piece of mine. A night. You brave. They're brave. Like I wish I were. The horses is cute. You finally started off sleep. Target's taken over. Alright, so yeah. Oh, this is new. Oh, you're awake. I was stealing. I wasn't stealing you. I wasn't stealing from you. Merely trying to get to know you better. But seeing that so Tinkerers, you kept closer. I saw you with Wraith right now before bed, looking. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I trust them, but well, yes, I am saying that I don't trust anyone I don't really already have tied up. So, was making sure they didn't do anything fishy, and I was making sure you're not a soldier. Soldiers killed my father, you know. Well, got got you. You should have really considered spending more time with me. I'm not scared, Gary. You're not? Not at all. I'm just a lost girl on a big island. I've been watching you since you got here. You know, not in a creepy way. Huntress pauses for a long moment. I'm alright in a charming, creepy way. You know that's how fun and loving you seem. If you spend more time with me tomorrow, maybe I'll take you to my special place I found. It's all it's all mine. Not not all the other killers have been able to find me there. It's quite isolated. Maybe I'll even show you how to make beef stroganoff. Like stroganoff these nuts. Am I right? That sounds very. I don't know that word. I'll I'll let you get back to bed. It's been a long day. Shush. I'll just place a gigantic ring on your forehead, and your eyes flutter closed. Flying alone for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully not. You're not poisoned. Oh yeah, that's. Oh, there's the Claude and them. Claude is picking Dwight scene. Again, if you want to see all these scenes, just look at my Trapper route. I pretty much read the whole thing. It's like skipping this takes away like 2 hours of game. This takes away 2 hours. Oh god, Trickster, fuck off, dude. If there's a, I really hope there's not a trick. Oh, hi. Sorry if this is too forward, but do you want to get out of here? I know a place that is kind of. I mean, it's got. Well, it's hard to explain. Actually, it's kind of weird. You know what? If you want to go somewhere else with someone else, I understand. But if you want to see something weird and interesting, let me know. I guess you've been around Wraith long enough to realize that his rambling speech was actually him being incredibly brave and asking you out. But before you can decide if you want to go with Wraith, Spirit interjects. I don't. Let's be honest, Spirit. I don't trust you after what happened last time. I'm still kind of mad at you. I gotta go with Wraith. Wraith? Yes. I pick you. So I stopped paying attention, and then I thought I was inhaling. Now really? Yes, really. Cool. Oh, he's kind of charming in a weird way. Here's my island hangout. This is what I call cosmic dump. It's it was one of those first draft got a charge it later named, and that just kind of stuck. Dump is being kind. It's a massive collection of seemingly ancient ruins that I don't know that word. Apparently, it has been recently abandoned, but a little beat up. Then took stone ob- obstacles, strange carvings, ritual tables. Is that a car? It's pretty weird. Like a collection of different, I don't know, places. You don't look around in awe, then look at Wraith, expecting more of your explanation. There is not very long, very awkward pause. So how? What's your? Just as you decide to talk, Rafe also worked up the courage to say something. How adorably awkward. You both stop and talking. Wait a second, then started talking again. At the same moment, this is hard to watch. Next thing you know, you both started nervously laughing at how awkward this is. Ray finally makes eye contact with you, and after that seems like an eternity. Ray finally managed an entire sentence. So, do you? I mean, what brings you to the island? I know that's too forward. I have no idea. An honest answer, Rafe lights up, the most excited you've seen him. Me neither. And that's all he's got for you. This guy is hard nut to crack. Rafe looks at you with an always saddened puppy dog eyes, shooting for something to say, anything to talk about. He clears his throat. You remember my bell? I showed it to you yesterday? Of course. Rafe pulls it out. The bell, you pervert. He whips out his massive Wraith penis. And the bell. Jesus Christ. Well, I just think it's really nice to pick me to hang out with, and Rev gives it to you. The bell he gave you the bell. Get your mind out of the gutter, jeez. Want you to have it. Please take care of it. You know how much this means to me. I promise I'll take such good care of it. This is the sweetest gift. Ray smiles, but when he smiles, his eyes seem sad. Your smiles back, knowing that a gift he's just given you. I mean, it's kind of shitty because you can't really do anything with it, but I mean, means a lot. Not to you though, to someone else. But still a cool gift. You both search for something to say, anything to talk about. During that awkward silence, you look around the dump, spotting some kind of ritual table, stained with blood and littered with Vodary's bottles. Nearby is what looks like a dangerous potion. What was this agent cult up to? Look at the shake up this date. Is this a date? Yikes. Anyway, looks to shake it up. You approached the potion and picked up the fancy one. So what will you do next? I think pour out the potion. You take the potion and pour them out. No one else will ever suffer. The ground smoked with the liquid landed. No harm will be done here. For now, anyway. Brave looks at you, nodding. Maybe he found a kindling spirit. What nervous smile he's endearing awkwardly. So, I guess, tell me about your family. Um, oh, I don't know what. I'm gonna go this one. I remember my parents; they were always fighting. Brave of sighs, one of those long rave sighs. At least your parents were around. Well, what the fuck would you, I? What the fuck do you want? Ouch! You can't win with this guy. The sexual turning in the air is stable. Is payable, or maybe it's just regular tension. Hard to tell with this guy. You look around for another anything to distract you. You look at the ritual table again. It's beaten up with a giant hole in it. You look back at Rave. Smile. You smile at Rave. You know any rituals we could do on this table? You wink. Nice touch. Rave blushes and stumbles and looks away and smiles. Nice. Yes, narrators can narrate using emojis. Rave looks intently at the table. What he was thinking about, probably something deep and physiological, intensely saddened. Something about is an inherent nothingness. You want to cornhole? Or that. The hole in the table makes a great target. Here we can use the skull I found on laying around. Well, this is definitely more fun date activity. It's easy. Just stand back and toss them in the hole. Don't worry if you miss. There's a lot of skulls around. Toss your little skull. Yes, do it. Not bad. Okay. Not bad. Damn, I missed. Not bad. Don't worry, nobody wins everything all the time. Winning any time is pretty cool. I've played the hundreds of times and never gotten them at all. I'm glad to have someone else to play with. You feel like you finally warmed up to Rave, so you unleash the big guns. You want to play Truth or Dare? He looks mortified, but tries to keep it together. Maybe this is progress. I guess so, but only if you ask first. Deal. Truth or Dare? Let's go Truth. How about Truth? If you were a plant, what kind of plant would you be? Great question. Ray smiles. You're such a kiss ass. I'm go with that. A very flowery description. It's funny. I thought it was funny. Don't think Rafe cares for it though. How? Oh, okay, dear. let's not get too. Let's not start getting horny. Show me something. Show me something you've never shown anyone before else. Or you're about to see something many other people have not seen. Wraith looks incredibly uncomfortable. I'm sorry, that was a bad dear. Too vague. It's just truthful, dear. Make me feel I'm just. Thank you for being patient with me. I need to try be more open with people starting now. Wraith clears his throat. In a crazy way, writer could make him to do if they wanted to. Significantly, someone's important and definitely different was coming up. Let's see if we're right. Do you have my bell? I want to show you something. We were right. Take a drink. Is this? It's not a drinking game. Damn, missed opportunity. Of course have it. You reach for it, but it's gone, huh? Wave it furiously his brow. I swear I had it. I don't know what could have happened. Well, we need to find it for. But Claude. Oh God, get back. No one ever comes back. Raver is shook. Are those tears welling up in his eyes? You can tell because he's looks away. There's a sniffle and he looks back at you, being, I want to show you something. You follow Raven to the corner of the ruins that haven't seen. He bruises aside his brushes aside the dead leaves and branches, revealing a hatch in the ground. Want to do the honors? You open the hatch with some effort and lower yourself into the long tunnel, grabbing a rusty ladder and beginning your descent. Be careful. You step into the spooky, dim lit room. It looks like an ancient ritual chamber with torches, tapestries, and grave skulls and animal remains. On one end, it set indicates carving, lock, and cuffs. Mechanicals on the wall of tortured area. On the other side, it's a table with potion books and maps. Let's not fuck with the wall. Let's look at the map. For one of the large roll-up pieces of caverns revealing a detail of maps of the island. It's all here: Trapper's Cave, Spirit's Lighthouse, Hunter's Cabin, all the common areas, even the IP island up in the corner with little heart drawn above it, around it. I figured out the layout of the entire island. It needs to know what it is I'm trying to escape from. Look at the books. You look at the large leather-bound book, and the Wraith walks over, opening the specific page. You see incantations, symbols, and drawings of someone chained in the wall. A different language you can't read, except the word cult of the Black Veil. Conveniently, those words are in exactly the language you can read. From everything I've found, I think these are ruins of an ancient cult. They seem to be devoted to some type of senseless evil. I think they use this island, or maybe the person who's worshipped did, and thinks they used this ritual site to travel to and from the island. I think they sacrifice people on this tortured wall in order to open a portal out of here. Look at the wall. You walked over to the wall, examined the chains and locks. It looks like some kind of torture wall. Well, what happened to people here? Did they keep prisoners? It looks like they've been tortured, but from what I've been able to dig up, it was something more ritualistic, serving a larger purpose. Have reason to believe those prisoners were alive weren't alive for long. Do you think the cult of the Black Faith is still around? Are we in danger? I don't know, maybe, but I have a plan. All we need. And right as okay, bastard. That was alright. We're on the next part. We'll skip over my story. Alright. There we go. Alright, another story. Well, I guess if you want, I could tell you one about my mama Weta, a beautiful African sea goddess who would lure men with sex and then reveal her true form as a half woman, half fish, making them swear to be true or to her and no one else. It's a long story short. It usually ends up bad for the man, which is the end of the story, I guess. My bad. Let's see. There is one about a mysterious cult that would remain a human sacrifice to No, that's not a good one. No, that's no good. You know what? Here's what that one. There is a living tree. Its branches were more like tentacles. They oozed a strange liquid from its bark. The bark. One time a girl I knew drank the liquid. She disappeared that night. But a week later, a new tree appeared. It had a different, very similar looked face enchanted into the bark. No, that's not a bad story. Could never happen. What about something truthfully horrifying? One time I was doing my math and I mixed up the equation equals. I don't broke a theorem. Just a second in my mind. I guess I tried. I was tired, but wow, that was really scary. Oh, I want to hear about the half fishly, particularly the fish part. It's not just you, bearable. Half the time, I have no idea what the hell Trapper is talking about either. When you hot and rich and extremely scary, you start to think people will just accept whatever you say. Alright, okay, story time's over. Sweet, story time's over. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's get. Story time's over. Wraith. I knew you never pick me. Who am I kidding? But I did pick you. Huh? Over many turns and runs away. It's not like he didn't tell you what you were getting into. Well, follow him. Alright. You catch up to Rev, and as usual, he appears to a little anxious. Ask him what's wrong. Hey, you seem a little off. What's wrong? Ray stops and tries not to look at you. After a moment, he relaxes. You can tell you must be getting to know me pretty well. There's that's there's that big sigh again. Sorry, something I get to into my head. You nod understandingly. Well, maybe there's some way we can out get you out of there. Someone get down and dirty in the sand. Suggest to throw a frisbee. So I don't think you'll be into that, but I think that this one's too for do that. We on the beach. Hey, Gray. Maybe we can get down and dirty in the sand. If you, it won't be a shame to let it all go to waste. Just to make sure there's no confusion about your intent, you wink. That will work. There's no way Wraith will misinterpret this. That's a great idea, but maybe we can both keep clean if go grab Dwight and get him dirty instead. Wraith runs off to kidnap Dwight for some nervously, I don't know that word. Propose. The narrator looks at you and smirks. Yes, the narrator is smirking about the being right. That's they are now talking in the third person. All right, I get it. You're right. Thank you. Wraith returns with an exhausted-looking Dwight and some shovels, and you realize that you will now be burying Dwight in the sand and making a sand sculpture around his head. I know this isn't what you had in mind, but still seems kind of fun. Okay, what sculpture do you want to build? A car. Let's put Dwight into a car. I'm a fucking idiot. The car, not the car. You envelop him with a wordless hug. Something silent is the best thing you know. I wish Trevor understood that Spirit could use a reminder too, but downer she can be. Wraith eventually comes out and looks, still looking away. Thank you, sorry, you don't need to apologize or explain. No, I fucked up. I freaking said car and it triggered you. Wraith turns at you and smiles sheepily. Well, this day went so fast. I guess it's over. I don't understand why it's you're strange, beautiful weirdo. I don't think there is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they bring some in. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Alright. Let's do this. You turn to Wraith and let out a sigh. Well, you becoming more like him. Wraith, since I've got to this island, I have been drawn to your quiet nature, your unturned good looks, the nervous energy you bring to every situation, no matter how normal or mundane. I love the way your brain works. I love the way your body moves. I love love how we are together. Wraith looks like he was watching the Earth explode from the orbiting space shuttle. His mouth hangs open a little. His eyebrows twitch. No one can tell if he's too excited to process or painfully dead. Got anything to say, Wraith? ... Sounds about right. As you board the yacht, Wraith is unsurprisingly quiet, but the awkward vibes are down about 60%. Good job, I guess. It was nice to Trevor to volunteer his yacht to start off the day-long date, but it bit dismissive of him to say that you two were so boring that the yacht itself would have even noticed you were there. What would he know about fun anyway? He wears an old-timey one bathing suit like the strong man from the Big On Carnival. Come to think of it, that's actually a little fun. Rafe has a regular old button-up shirt and shorts on. No, now that not the time to think about Trapper and the way his vintage single hug of curves just right. That's what he wants. Classic Trapper's trap. You're there with Ray. Remember, who cares you choose for. Some were good reasons, were must have. I'm sure. You cast all other thoughts out of your mind as you stand on the edge of the deck, looking out at this ocean, wondering what out there, where you can even the gentle rocks of the waves feel as you turn your face. Your paramour? Rev can barely look at you. Is it nerves or something else? I can't believe after spending so much time with me, you still want to do it more. I'm only going to disappoint you. You can never disappoint me. Well, we'll see about that. We still have a full day ahead of us. Speaking of which, what exactly do you have planned for me today? Before we get into that, I need to tell you something. It's about me, but ultimately more about you. You spend a lot of time together. You know me pretty well. You know easily I get flustered. How introverted and in my head I am. Why is Wraith just me? Why is Wraith just me? Wraith is just me. You know, I'm awkward around other people, triggered by the sight of talking of money with about intimacy. But you are incredible, and kind and patient. You put up with my quirks, and after spending so much time with you, I feel I've changed. Something about you puts me at ease. I feel different, and that's good. I had to change in order to spend this day with you the way I wanted, because they're almost there. He still can't say it. That's okay though. You smiled at him warmingly. See, there it is. You always know how to comfort me. I haven't had that in a long time. Anyone I've been close to abandons me, usually against their will, but it still hurts. So why bother trying to connect with anyone? They just going to be brutally murdered while I watch over here or sleep through it. You put your hand on his shoulder. I all I want all I want is someone to love, a family to care for, not touched by evil or greed or power. A small house in the middle of nowhere, never bothered by anyone. You're the first person I've ever felt like I could see in a future with. Wraith holds Azura's skull. My story about the man pulled out of the boss's skull and spine, that was about me. You almost tell him that you know everything not everyone knows, but decide against it. Too long I've been attached to Azura's skull. I have let it define me no more. Rave tosses the skull into the water. Rave tosses the skull into the water. As he watches as it sinks, you notice a gold coin on the ground. Detached from it, you know how Rave is with gold coins. What do you do? I'll leave it. Alright, sure, I mean, he's not even looking, but okay. Waste of option to pick up a perfectly valuable object that might come in handy very soon. Rave turns to you smiling. He seems like a new man. Let's go back to the dump. What a romantic sentence to start the day with. You excitedly walked to see Rave in his sexy outfit, yet her eyes do a cartoon thing where they bug out of their skull. Awooga! In true Ray fashion, his reaction is a little more subtle. He just looks at you, sort of smiling. Hope you have something for me that's going to make me as happy as I made you. Look at the sky. It is so open and comfortable in its own skin and cloth paint. Burn flash thing. Beaming. You hold up the bell. It took me all over the island, but I found it. Spirit stole it because it's a long story. Now you want to tell me what we're doing with it? Rafe holds up the bell. He kisses it. Weird. Only thing more. The only more thing. Think until we can finish with this. What are we finishing? What are we finishing, or should I say who? You wink as you. Always a nice touch. You know I can't tell you that yet, but while we're waiting, Rave hands a super sexy outfit. Outfit is maybe too strong of words. This is barely more than just a tiny bit of clothing connected with an elastic bit. It's you more looks like a bit, but look at it and you bite your lip. Should I change? You better. You duck behind the obstacle and take off your clothes, slipping into the new shirt. Barely they're collecting on straps. It's incredibly revealing. Somehow you look more naked with this on than you would if you were actually naked. It's really something. Eyes up here. Sorry. It's impressive. Yes, I got a giant. My penis is very impressive. Okay, you return to Ray's and model the new outfit. I'm wearing basically nothing. Oh, just you. The lights dim. Oh dang! Is this what you've been waiting for? You little freak. Relax. confident. Wraith is totally different person that the introvert loner you met then when you arrive on the island. Are you ready? I want to give you my heart. I'm ready. Lights go out. It's so chilly. Don't worry, we'll warm up. He's not wrong. Wraith's naked skin feels like a fire on yours. The fire he's been so afraid of this whole thing. You melt into his arms. His lips explode. I should probably leave you two alone. I feel weird to be documenting this. Before I give you my heart, I'm going to give you something else. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to head out. I'll see you and hold up. Even in the dark, I know that smell. It's like salad dressing mixed with suntan lotion. Dwight and Claudia, guess they like to watch. Hold that thought, lovebirds. Wraith, your special guest is a little early. Wow, I didn't know human bodies could fit that way together. I'm sure they can. I'll show you when we're done tonight. Oh! The light popped back on. You and Wraith still wearing virtually nothing. No time to get dressed. We've got to go immediately. That's right. It's secret of the hatch reveal time. And no, that's not some double entendre. Follow us. No volley disappear into the hatch in the ground. Plague? I feel like this is something that Plague will be. It's even colder down here. Well, have fun. Our jobs pretty much stops at getting you here. Got to what you may have heard. We don't like to watch. Not this. See you later. They both climb up the ladder and turn around. Across from you standing is a very old Nigerian woman. Grandma Iba. Philip. They embrace. You can suddenly feel very awkward how exposed your skin is and how chilly you are. Forgive me, Bearable. This is my grandmother. Abigail. Pleased to meet you, Bearable. So you're the one of my little Philip has chosen. Interesting. What do you mean? What does that mean? Do you need and earn a respect of Grandma's Ebers now? I can wait to get to know the person my Philip has decided to give his heart to. Come, please help me make a drink. And you go with Grandma Eba. You go with Grandma Eba. I have prepared the bell. Happy to, Philip. Wraith looks sheepish, like he's revealed a little bit, revealing a little back of his old self. Oh yeah, I guess I never told you my real name. Philip Ojimo. You bow deeply. It's nice to meet you, Philip Ojimo. Wraith Larsa grabs the bell and leaves. Grandma Eba takes your hand and guides you to the table with the potion. Come, let's get some refreshments. I'm an old lady and it's not easy to make me mix these exactly. My hands aren't as steady as they once were. You need to help with the pouring. This doesn't seem like time for questions. Okay. Fill up the cup. Oh god. I fucking completely missed. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I mean, that's not bad. That could have been better, but certainly wouldn't be able to manage it. I suppose I will have to do. Come while we wait. I want to make sure you're the you're the one. You sit across from her. She smiled broadly at you. Philip has been through so much. He was he saw things as a child that no child should have never ever even think about. I fear that what that could do to a person, but not Philip. He is thoughtful, strong, willing. He's a good boy. I agree. Although thinking back to why you were getting up and to right before this, maybe you don't agree. Tell me, Bearable. Philip's birthday is coming up. You get? What would you get him as a gift? Oh, shit. Well, he hates when it's not candle. Gold seems a bit excessive. A horse statue? I don't know. Something big and bold. Maybe like a statue. Maybe of a horse. You have no idea what you said that. You and me regret it. But Grandma's face lights up. Wonderful. That would remind him of the night, his favourite chess piece. Yes, I know. You liar. Okay, tell me, if Philip could be a tree, what kind of tree would he be? With colourful, beautiful blossoms, they make me explode with energy and feel alive inside like Wraith. Grandmother furiously her bow, just enough to make you concerned. He might make you feel that way, but that's not who Philip is. Maybe you're just nervous. This is a strange situation, I admit. She concerns you with another beat, then call it out. Philip, are you ready? Give me a couple of more minutes. She turned back to you. Well then, how about a game to lighten the mood before the big event? Maybe we can do some constellation trivia, or maybe play cornhole. Well, how convenient. You have played one of these before. Never mind. Okay. Let's go. Let's play cornhole. Run up for coin. You toss the skull. I completely missed that. That was completely missed. I can't help but wonder why is it Philip sees in you, unless you threw the whole game to make him look good by comparison. But that wouldn't make you look smart. It makes you look dumb. You want to make me look dumb. I'm glad you took a moment to relax. Sorry I yelled at you earlier. It's been a long game. Wraith returns and holding the bell. It looks brand new. I think we've ready. Time for the drink up. Grandma hands you the potion and drinks you made. First to Wraith herself, then she stops and looks at you. She stares you down intently, with a sweet smile on her face. No matter what you do, you cannot abandon my Philip. Do you understand? He has been abandoned his whole life. I regret to leave that bunker. His parents regret leaving our village, but he is here now, and he is open up to you. Of all people, you cannot betray him, or I will haunt you from my grave, and my spiritual form is not always as nice as the one before you right now. Oh, well, thank you for the advice. That advice. Oh, of course, dear. Now, where were we to before I arrived? We're about to play board games, fully clothed, of course. It's okay. She knows. She does. Of course I do. It's a requirement of the ritual. That what? Grandma Eva and Ray stand up and walk to the wall and hang the chains and lockers. Are you ready? Yes, I'm finally ready to leave this place. As Grandma Eva places Wraith's chain, your jaw drops. What is happening? This is what we're working towards. This is how the consummate our relationship. The cult of the Black Veil would do the ritual to leave and return to the island. One lover would be sacrificed, and the other would do the sacrificing. So here I am, ready to move on, to be sacrificed. No, this is crazy. I don't even know what to do. That's why an evil ghost was summoned to help. Philip's heart must be removed to lit on fire, and the bell rung. Everything you've done here has been built to this. In shock, you look up at Wraith, arms and splaying against his cold, moisture stone. You have to do the ritual. You have to carve out my heart. You don't get an invitation like this every day. It sounds like fun, doesn't it? You've done it so well. You earned it. We're almost at the finish line. Do you think you brought you all this way to plan without planning? Did you? What kind of sinner body of salt water do you think I am? I'm sorry, I didn't tell you before. I couldn't. I never would have come with me on this journey. Disturbingly calm, Grandma Eva hands me the dagger. It seems dull to do the job. As all I want to do is leave this place with you. You can make this happen. Those who slay together stay together. Grandma still wooded under the intent and disturbing circumstances. This ritual requires sacrifice of both ends. Both need to be love with each other. I love you and I've been waiting to give you my heart. Please take it. What the fuck? Fuck it. I love you too. With stiff tears, you accept the dagger from Grandma Eve, and you take the moment to compose yourself and plunge it into Wraith's chest. You wrench and groans as you slice him open. I'm sorry. As you dig the knife in, Wraith reaches out and brushes your thumb across his cheek. Even in this nightmarish situation, your heart races as your cheeks flutter red. He smiles through the pain. Your hair was covering your face. I wanted to get a better look at you. Awkward. Not as awkward as you're actually doing though, which is remind you you're plunging a dagger into the chest of your beloved right after you declared your love for each other, in order to remove his heart for a strange ritual that might be completely bullshit. Real Romeo and Juliet vibes. Wraith is going to limb as you insert your hand and gape hole, make a slippery warm, and you nod a doctor. How are you supposed to? I know there it is. You slip your hand underneath the rib cage, and that defines a heart. You try not to vomit as you wrap your fingers around and take a breath, pull it out. It slides out and surprisingly ease. Remy snips the arteries and veins and takes the heart from you. Covering, covering, covered in blood and tears, you washed your beloved's heart in the stone dish and light on the fire. She takes the bell and freshly shines the new ring. The blinding flashing light in the instant you worry would kill Wraith for nothing. And then blackness. The thought of darkness, you hear a sound to wave lapping it calm and still, just like when this journey began, reminding that feels like it was just 142 ago. You just realize everything is dark because your eyes are closed. You just either keep them that way for just a moment. You did it. You fell in love with a killer. You made him fall in love with you, and you consummated your relationship by agreeing to sacrifice him in a questionable ritual in order to get off the island. Did you do the right thing? Did you play the game correctly? Wait, what? You open your eyes and you still hear, but you feel a weight been lifted. You look you look to your right. Wraith is alive. He is stitches on his chest. Your love is alive, but the ritual didn't work. But what is going on in this place? Outside, Claudette and Grandma E buried Dwight in a hole, sculpted in a sandcastle in shape of a T-Rex. We could join them, the place, and or we can get down and dirty right here in the Kemenimene. Let's leave them out until high time, maybe longer. Ray smiles, raw, that dino for love you. What the fuck was that?